Have you ever felt like you're just one step away from greatness, yet something's holding you back? What if the very qualities you're proud of are the invisible chains limiting your potential? Today, we're diving into 7 surprising truths that even highly intelligent people often overlook about themselves. And these aren't surface-level insights. These are patterns that quietly shape your decisions, your confidence, and your results. Truth number 1. Being overly analytical can cloud your instincts. When you overthink every variable, you paralyze action. Sometimes your first read is sharper than your 10th calculation. Truth number 2. Your greatest weaknesses often disguise themselves as strengths. Perfectionism looks like high standards. Skepticism looks like intelligence. Independence looks like strength. But unchecked, they quietly isolate you and slow you down. Truth number 3. You have blind spots in your thinking. Intelligence does not eliminate bias. In fact, it can make you better at defending flawed assumptions. If this feels uncomfortable, that's the point. By the end of this video, you won't just recognize these hidden patterns. You'll understand how to break them. And once you see them clearly, you can't unsee them. What comes next may challenge how you see yourself, but clarity is the first step toward control. Section 1. The illusion of control. There was a time when Elvis Presley seemed untouchable. Fame, influence, genius-level instinct for music. To the world, he was in control. But behind the curtain, addiction and isolation quietly tightened their grip. Smart people often overestimate their decision-making accuracy. They confuse pattern recognition with certainty. And here's the question. What if the very thing that made him legendary was the same thing that convinced him he couldn't fall? Stanley Kubrick was brilliant, meticulous, obsessive about detail. Dozens of takes for a single scene, years between films. His standards were legendary. But perfection has a cost. Smart people raise the bar so high that action becomes dangerous. If it's not flawless, it's not worth releasing. If the outcome isn't guaranteed, it's not worth attempting. Perfectionism feels noble. It's often fear in disguise. So ask yourself, what are you avoiding under the banner of high standards? What truth hides behind that polished exterior? Steve Jobs changed technology forever. Visionary, relentless, demanding. But brilliance didn't automatically translate into emotional intelligence. Early in his career, his intensity damaged relationships and leadership trust. High IQ does not guarantee high EQ. Smart people often assume logic is enough. It isn't. Influence, loyalty, and long-term success are built on emotional calibration. Here's the uncomfortable angle. Is your stubbornness actually an emotional blind spot? J.K. Rowling faced brutal criticism at different points in her career. Public scrutiny, backlash, polarizing reactions. When you're known for intelligence, you feel pressure to defend it, to never look uncertain, to never look weak. Smart people build intellectual armor. They debate instead of disclose. They analyze instead of admit pain. But isolation grows behind that armor. What happens when the walls finally crack? Elon Musk built companies that reshaped industries. Innovation at extreme scale. But massive success amplifies flaws. Pressure intensifies. Public scrutiny magnifies mistakes. Smart individuals often believe achievement will stabilize them. In reality, success magnifies whatever is unresolved. Here's the buried truth. If you don't build self-awareness before you rise, the climb will expose you. What part of your happiness are you postponing for achievement? Adele has openly discussed self-doubt despite global acclaim, awards, record-breaking sales, recognition. Yet internally, the voice says, I'm not as good as they think. The smarter you are, the more aware you become of what you don't know. That awareness fuels doubt. Imposter syndrome isn't incompetence. It's distorted self-assessment. But here's the risk. If you constantly question your legitimacy, you hesitate. And hesitation compounds. Section 7. The need for continuous learning. Nikola Tesla was a genius. Revolutionary ideas, bold visions. But brilliance alone wasn't enough to maintain relevance in a rapidly evolving industrial world. Innovation without adaptation collapses. It isn't. Smart people sometimes rely on past intelligence as permanent leverage. If you stop updating your thinking, your old brilliance becomes outdated. The final question is simple. Are you growing, or are you relying on who you used to be? As we wrap up our journey into the hidden traits of intelligent people, remember that recognizing the signs of high intelligence isn't just about brilliance. It also includes understanding the habits of highly intelligent people and acknowledging the cognitive biases we all share. If you resonate with the traits of geniuses in psychology, know you're not alone. Embrace the notion that sometimes what smart people don't realize can hold the key to self-improvement. Hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on the psychology of intelligence, because you might just discover you're smarter than you think.